sad is frightful, dum-da-dum, delightful. For the love... 8 Lincoln 30 to dispatch.
8030, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a wild goose chase over here at Nakatomi Plaza. Everything here's okay. Over. But nobody has no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, God, everything is Welcome to the party, pal.
It was Rickman's, construction of the villain.
Right.
Was him? Was it the writer? I don't know. But when I spoke with Alan Rickman about it at some point in my, we were discussing something else, but that came up and I asked him about it. And he said that he was under a lot of pressure not to play it that way. People didn't want him to play it with such, what is the word? Depth, kindness, insight. He knew a lot about, his character knew about men's suits. He was very gentle with the other people and yet very brutal.
Right.
And he really, I think he did he reestablished the villain as kind of the most, if you have a really good villain, then it defines the hero. And he was able to do that in a way that no one's done it before or since, I think. That's probably the best villain ever, right?
I think so. And people have done carbon copies of it since, but that was really the first time a villain came across so cerebral yet so comedic at times, like the whole, listing off terrorist groups he wants liberated from prison, ending with the Asian Dawn movement, and they're all confused, and he mouths the words like, "I read about him in Time magazine."
The following people are to be released from their captors. In Northern Ireland, the 7 members of the New Provo Front. In Canada, the 5 imprisoned leaders of Liberté de Québec. In Sri Lanka, the 9 members of the Asian Dawn.
What the fuck?
I read about them in Time magazine.
That's right.
The villain in jokes were so well done.
And of course, they weren't terrorists at all. They were just bank robbers, that were using that as a cover to get to what they needed to get to, which was those bearer bonds, which are, by the way, an entire the bearer bonds are a construct of the cinema. There is no such thing as a bond that you have to pay the bearer upon demand. There's no such thing,
No, but it works well in the movie, doesn't it?
It's the best. What would we do without it? I mean, it's like gold. It's like gold, but paper.
And that vault opens to Ode to Joy.
oh no! It was the Christmas tree. It was the Christmas tree gift opening. It was fantastic.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Bastards are probably pissing in their pants right now. Mayor's gonna have my ass.
Definitely
the way DeBond shot them with the light, like it's the light of Jesus shining on them when this thing opens up, just such a beautiful sequence. And, I'm the only guy that was sitting in the theater, I think, rooting for the villains because I thought the plan was so epic and so ingenious. I'm like, I hope these guys pull it off. And not being a built-in Bruce Willis fan, I wasn't hoping for the hero. I wanted to see Rickman actually get away with it. But there's that great moment too, where they bring, first of all, that office party, I thought we were watching a documentary on Warner Brothers office parties when this thing started, because that's what they were like.
Well, there was people doing coke in the offices, and there was people having sex in the offices. It was a real 80s party. I think that if you did that today, HR would be all over you and they would fire everyone. But
no one who attended that party would be working on Monday.
No, I think that it was remarkable that, I mean, you said that you were rooting for the bad guys when that safe opened, but I felt this when that safe opened, I felt the same thing. I said, oh my God, I am pulling for the wrong team here. Because I think that by the time they got through the 7 layers of whatever mechanical lock-ins, you thought, well, they worked hard for this. They deserve it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, they did it. They did it. They busted the codes. They've opened it. They've launched a rocket at an armored vehicle to do this.
Unbelievable.
They fought off a chopper attack. Yeah, two of them. And they fought off a chopper attack and SWAT guys. They've done it. They ate Mars bars while shooting up the lobby.
That was the greatest thing, is the casual nature by which they work too.
Yeah.
Your road to redemption is paved with tombstones. No quarter, kill all masters. Go to noquarterkillallmasters.com. Rated R.